Hey everybody, in today's video, we're going to tread some tires, some bald tires. So if you want to see how, make sure you stay tuned. Hello BSC family and welcome back to my bench. So today I'm going to show you a little tip, trick, whatever you want to call it, and kind of a little tutorial. I did something the other day. I posted it on, I believe it was my Facebook group. And if you haven't seen it, you should be following my Facebook group and my Instagram. Links for them are down in the description. While you're down there, you might as well hit the subscribe button. Also hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any videos like this one. So what I posted was I'm building this dirt track, mom and pop's dirt track race car. The kit came with smooth tires, right? Just like, where the hell did it go? I just had it here. So it had smooth tires like this, right? Just your NASCAR style tire. It had smooth tires, but you don't run smooth tires on a dirt track, right? I was looking around and all I could find was just cheap treaded tires like this, but they didn't fit the rims that I had because I have NASCAR style rims, right? So size of the tire didn't fit the rim. I keep looking. Well, you've all seen this style of tread. That's kind of a nice dirt tread. I could have made this work. It was still a little too big. This is a pretty old tire, but I could have made this work. But I only had two of them. So that didn't work. So I started looking around like, well, what do I do? What do I do? Well, I ended up making this, right? Now they're not perfect, but they are going to get dirtied up and everything else. It was the first time I ever did this, so it seemed to work. This one here is not the best, but again, I'm going to be weathering the hell out of this car, so I can hide that fairly easy. And for my first time ever making my own tread, some of them are a little balder than others, which is fine. That happens as the tires wear out. And like I said, this car is getting weathered pretty good. So, but yeah, there's the tires. Now, you're probably wondering, well, how the hell did you do that from a bald tire? Well, here's what I did. You go to the dollar store, and or you can pretty much the dollar store, but you can go to hardware stores. I've got this mesh here, and this is stainless steel, right? And it's from a grease splatter screen. You put these over top of your frying pans and stuff so it doesn't splatter. It hits this. It's not spraying everywhere. There's this. There is also this style too. Now you can get them as strainers as well, but I find the splatter screens are better because they stay flat, whereas the strainers, the metal mesh strainers, now you got to try and flatten them out, and you get kinks and creases and stuff. But if you look around, you can find two different types of patterns. At least that's what I've found. Now, up close here, let me show you. Up close, you have this style. It's an over-under weave, and it's just square, okay? This one here, I haven't tried this one yet, but this one here would, to me, closely resemble something like this one, right? This type of tread pattern. Maybe close to this one, right? Now, the stainless steel one, now this is the one I used. It has more of it's still an over-under weave, but it is a diagonal and a V shape, right? Okay, I know it's hard to see, it's stainless steel, but you can kind of see like the high shiny spots, okay? See how it's in a V shape? So when you heat this up, and I'll show you how to heat it up, or what I did to heat it up. I took that mesh, cut out a chunk, and I used a torch to heat it up. and I put it down on something steel so you're not burning your countertops or anything like that. Put it on top of something steel, and then I just took the tire and rolled it over the glowing red stainless steel. Right now, it takes a few attempts, and like I said, this is the first time I ever did this. The first one I went too slow, and it melted the tire quite a bit, so I had to figure out a way to defuzz it. They're still not perfect, but hey, like I said, first attempt, and they're going to get weathered. Now you're wondering, well, why do you want to do something like this? Well, for my case, dirt track tires. All right. Depending on the style of steel mesh that you use, well, maybe you want to build a drag and drive car, so you have slicks, right? And you want a street slick or a street tire to put on the car and have the slicks on the trailer or on the roof of the car or whatever, right? So you need some that have tread, but you want to use the same style of tire. So in this case, I've got a couple of these old split back tires. Yeah, I know, everybody hates them. I don't mind them if they're decent fitting. But anyway, so I took this one, trimmed off the excess here around the edge, the flash, and then I sanded it down. And this will be what I'll show you how to do this on. But now the reason is, again, maybe a rain tire for a NASCAR. And yes, they do drive in the rain now and then, especially if they're doing the road courses, or turn it into a dirt track tire. All right. Or maybe you're doing an Indy car and you want a set of rain tires for the car. You know, so enough jibber jabbing away here. I'm going to move the camera and I'm going to set up my torch, my stainless steel, my steel plate to put the red hot stainless mesh on, and I'm going to show you how I did this. So stay tuned. I'll be right back. Okay, guys. So what I have here is a piece of that wire mesh. Right. Obviously, it's the one I was already using, but you can see it's at the wire mesh, and whatever. Here I've got an old cookie sheet. I got it turned upside down, so when you heat this up, you're not transferring heat to your counter, so you got that airspace in between. I've got a wire brush just to clean off, because you will get excess rubber burn off on there. I've got my tires. I'm just going to do the one just to show you. And I've got some sort of torch. This one here is MAP gas, so it's a little hotter. You could probably use the propane one, which probably be a little better, because this does get pretty hot. So what you're going to do is you're going to light this. You're going to heat this up to its glowing red, which doesn't take very long at all. And you're going to carefully, without touching your fingers on the steel, you're going to roll it across the mesh. Now, if you have a bigger piece, you can do it in one big roll, but I didn't know this was going to work as well as it did, and well, I was just doing it as a test piece, and I ended up doing all the tires on it. So we'll get this thing going. You should probably be doing this outside, not inside. It will leave fumes. See how quick it turns red? Just like that. You have tread. Now, like I said, you can see that it leaves a lot of fuzzies. I got a small trick for that too. So your next one, you're going to heat this up again, and you're going to start somewhere here. Now, you're not going to get your tread perfectly matched up, but you're going to start here so that when you roll that way. Okay? So heat it up again. Now, depending on how fast you roll it, will determine how badly it melts the tire. Now, I'm off just a little bit on this, so try to roll it as straight as you can. That one worked out pretty good. I'm going to do it one more time to go from there to there. And there you go. It's not as good right there, but like I said, a little bit of practice. I obviously did this one a lot better than I did my first one. Now, you do have that little bit of fuzzy. Now, how I ended up fixing that is find a different spot, or you can use the same spot. Lightly heat it, and just quickly roll it across. Might have to do it a couple times. All you're trying to do is singe off the little fuzzies. That's all you're trying to do. Set that off. So there you go. Okay, it's not perfect, but if you're trying to get like a tire tread on something, and I'm doing this quick too, if you do it a little slower, you'll obviously get a little better result. But you go from a smooth tire to a treaded tire. All right. Now, I'm not sure. We can try something here. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. So, what I thought of is I found a couple old tires. I got one like this. Right? Really thin line tread. One of these old Firestones, And I've got one of these here that I said I've only got two of. Now, what I want to know is, can we make this smooth? Like say you wanted to make a run tire, like just a track tire or something like that. So we're going to light this thing up again. Kind of like we did, smooth, just barely taking down the fuzzies. Now look at that. You can actually get rid of the tread too. Now, of course, I'm just doing this quickly, as you can see. A little bit of sanding. You could probably get rid of that perfectly. I'm going to try this one here. Yeah, a couple passes of that. And I think you got yourself a drag slick if you needed one. Or maybe a cheater slick. Now again, very careful because this is hot. Obviously the tire is going to get hot. And really you should be doing this outside. Probably wouldn't hurt to have a respirator on. So there you go. So I'm going to let that cool for a second. Because it is hot and sticky. Right? Very, very soft at the moment. So I'm going to cool this down. I'm going to come back and I'm going to see if we can sand it to make it nice and smooth. So give me a second. Okay, so tire we melted. Right? Now we could do it a little bit more, get rid of some more of this tread on the edges and stuff. Right? But I went and sanded it. And again, a little bit of tread left there. You can almost look like it's a bald tire, like somebody's been doing way too many burnouts, right? Now you're saying, well, you could just sand it all off. I'm like, yeah, but who the hell doesn't like playing with fire and heat? This is way more fun. Just do it safely, please. But yeah, you could get rid of the tread, and it's still nice and pliable. It's actually better than it was before because these tires were getting so old. So you've actually rejuvenated the tire at the same time. But yeah, it looks like somebody was just doing too many burnouts. Right? So I'm going to set the camera back up at the other portion of my bench here, and we're going to conclude this video. Give me a second. Okay, guys, back over here at this bench. So if you have a slick tire of any type, drag tire, IndyCar tire, NASCAR tires, and you're looking to put tread on them, you can always use a stainless steel mesh, some heat, to give yourself something like this. All right. Now it's not perfect, and again, like I said, if you take a longer piece of the mesh and heat the whole thing, you can do the whole roll in one pass, right? Which would be a little better. Try not to let the tire wiggle and twist. Try to keep it as straight as you can as you go all the way along the thing. Again, if you have a treaded tire, you can always melt off the tread, right? Give it a sand. Now you have basically either a drag tire if you needed one. You're going to have to do it along the edges as well. Be very careful with the heat no matter what you're doing. But in this case here, the tire just looks like it's wore out and somebody's done too many burnouts. Same thing with pretty much any type. This is a solid rubber tire. This one is hollow, and it worked both ways. All right. So if you like these types of videos, hit that thumbs up for me. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification so you don't miss out on any videos. Make sure to give me a follow on my Instagram and my Facebook group. Links for them are down in the description. If you want to help out the channel in any way, shape, or form, I do have a PayPal me link down there as well. If you donate to the channel, I will put your name in the credits at the end. Also, if you want, I should have a playlist here of more of the tricks and tips. Go check them out. And if you have any comments or different ways to do stuff, please leave them down below. I'd love to read them along with everybody else. So with all that being said, never stop learning. Find different ways and useful ways. Until next time, later.